different things with his hands, right? And they each hand from the position is it's a code to the work that he did, right? So he only got 2 feet when he stood the Vitruvian man. It's also called the Universal Man. But this is what the symbol is, the representation of the energy of the man who can do more than 1 or 2 things, right? So a jack of all trades, the master of none. But the jack of all trades is better than the master of one, right? So if you only know how to do one thing, you limit your value. The more stuff you can do, the more value you create within your circle, right? So everybody know which uncle to call to fix the car, which cousin to call to cut your hair. We all know that, but we don't know that one person used to do all of that stuff. One person used to be able to be the barber, the dentist, the surgeon, the doctor, the lawyer. We used to know it all because it was part of early education. But now, the way that the system designed, they want to create a race of workers. They want to turn us from being constructive and productive to being drones. Supporting the system that don't care nothing about us. The system is emotionless. It's heartless. It has no compassion at all. It was created to not have compassion. And all of the things that make it function is the varying division sciences of war that's being applied to the people under sociology. Right? They don't micromanage one individual unless he's very powerful. Normally, they manage groups using sociology, which they call herd behavior or shadow behavior. By moving with the group, you can easily control a group better than you can one person. All you got to do is look for the antagonist. Always pluck the antagonist out of and it won't never wake the rest of them up in order to rebel. So that's why everything is structured the way it is.
Let's get to another question. Family, don't spam the chat with the same question. It takes away the enjoyment of the chat room for everybody participating in it. But don't spam, don't put your question 20 times. Why is there war in the spiritual world, Rod Hayes?
Look, this is because you need to use the term war to understand the conflicts between energies. When you talk about war in the upper realms, you're talking about 2 opposing forces of energy trying to jockey for position to occupy the same wavelength. It's more like sound canceling out sound than it is blood guts warfare of the humans. So it's just the energies moving in the spirit realm, but we had to use the person, place, or thing concept to teach the 3D reality what's going on in the upper realm. So now you have to create superheroes, gods, demigods, great men of valor. All these is energies, and the energy is described in the description of the character of the person. That's how you know what energy is at play. It's the same with your great-grandparents not physically here no more, but they left an energy signature called you that they was here. Right? And it's the same in the spirit realm. There's an energy signature, but the energy signature play out in the physical realms. So if 2 energies come from 2 different parts of creation and converge at a central location, it causes a reaction. If the wavelength is different, it causes a conflict. If they the same, it causes asymmetry, right? If the two wavelengths are different, they're going to clash first, but they will sooner or later find what's called a common harmony. That's called a war in heaven. When you start looking at everything as an energy as opposed to a being, a person, place, or thing, a noun concept, it allows you to see things clearer in the physical than you thought you would ever be able to see without ever having glasses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just changing perception,
Changing perception.
tuning perception, right? So we talk about the great father walked the sky with the black dog on his heels, right? And on Earth, the high chief walked the earth with a black dog, and you used it as a comparative analysis. Well, we know that the great father that walked the sky with the black dog on his heel, that's Osiris with the dog star from Sirius on his heels. Right? So now it's in a anthropomorphized form. I can use it as a teaching tool better and let somebody come along and add mystery to it and tell you that it means something different than what it means. Now it's harder for you to translate it.
Right, right. Okay. Let me get to another question. Where's this question I want? Okay. Rod touched on the split soul earlier. Is that a twin soul / flame?
No, a good example of a split soul is what W.E.B. Du Bois wrote about in The Souls of Black Folk. It's a chapter called The Warring Soul. So the world tell you who they think you are. Everything that you believe about what the world told you are, that's your ego self. And everything that you know you are without nobody telling you is your true self. The goal is to make the ego self, to purify the ego self, is to get rid of the stuff that don't properly represent you in the world's perception out of your own acknowledgement. Right? And once you realize that the true self was the self you thought you was the whole time, this is the warring soul, split soul, dual soul. The twin flame is the one that you was promised to in the earlier life, and you drawn together by the forces of that union, and you come together in the future lifetime, right? A twin flame is you come in soul groups. You can only have a twin flame when you come in a group less than 3.
That's interesting.
So it's like being a twin versus being a septuplet. Right? And the twin flame, that flame is that solar plex or the inner light being of the same essence. Normally it's way more than 2. But for the unique individuals, there's only one of a kind. Your twin soul might not even live in your lifetime. But if they do and y'all meet, y'all cause a reaction in your environment, and they say they soul's on fire. Right? Osho said it best. He said, a wise man is a fire, alive. A fire, living. So when the wisdom is activated, the one who has the essence mirrored to yours, that's your twin soul, or your right. That's not your twin flame. Your twin flame is from the same soul essence, and it's only a few of us born with a twin flame. Most of them is born with a twin soul, or somebody that they was paired with in a prior life, that in the future life they come back together because that union has to be satisfied in order to balance out the karmic agreement. That also go for the parents you born to. Like, so like normally when we come back in the family line, we come back through our favorite offspring. my favorite daughter's favorite daughter. Right? So Big Mama come back through that daughter. Right? Or my favorite grandchild or my favorite great grandchild. Yeah, I'm coming back through this one. Right? And you'll find yourself watching the children in the family to determine who got the qualities that can teach you what you need to live your best life. And normally them the ones that the most people want to come through. Those the mothers with 10 children. Most loved, most respected throughout the family. All of them want to come back through her. We remember, like, we don't remember when women used to have 20-something babies.
That was wild. Grandma used to get busy, man.
Yeah, but it wasn't as long ago as we think it is.
Yeah.
You know, that was the you know, they just had babies. They didn't have no concern for. They had the farm. They could feed as many as was born.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. It's an issue under this modern central bank monetary system where inflation makes sure that the next generation can't enjoy what the last one did.
Yeah, man. They would probably look at the way we live in and be like, damn, like they farming, they got eggs and shit like that. Like I hear people all over the internet. You go to the store, everybody complaining about the price of eggs, $10 if you want some what they call that free range. Yeah, free range eggs. So it's just like this shit is insane. What did this the way the finances is operating in this realm? $10 for eggs. What if you got a family of 3, bro? Like that shit is like, bro, like this shit is wild, man.
It's about to get worse. You don't know the biggest egg manufacturer in America just burned down.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Last week. So the price of eggs about to be about $30 a dozen in a minute.
$30 dozen eggs. Imagine, y'all. Wow. $30 dozen egg. Wow. Wow, that's some real shit right there. Okay, let's get to we're gonna do 2 more questions. Then we're gonna get out of here. Having a good time. We got about 2,500 people in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Enjoying this Thursday. Today's Thursday, right, Roddy? Yeah, Thursday. Enjoying this Thursday night. There was a question I wanted to get to. Hold up. But the chat is moving so fast. But there was a question. I didn't save it. All right, let me ask. Shout out to Kwame Sunhorse. That brother be on the channel sometimes. Elder, that be on the channel. He says, Rod, are we dual consciousness in one body human?
Well, we multi-dimensional beings. Your consciousness can enter any dimension. Where your consciousness is focused at is where you awake at the time. Right. So in this timeline, your consciousness is fully online here. But on another timeline, it's fully online there.
Right.
Remember Jet Li the One?
Yes.
It's kind of like that. Now, if you can take your focus from all them other dimensions and bring them into one dimension, all your multidimensional selves, then you become what's called the unified soul. I think I got a book called Soul Retrieval. It's a how-to manual, and one of the things it talks about is bringing other parts of yourself from other dimensions to assist you in this one. Right? So in other dimensions, you might be killing yourself off to get to this one.
Damn.
Right? But you don't know it because you're not experiencing the death in that dimension because you're experiencing the life in this one. So I think that's more than dual consciousness. And the only way I could call it is multidimensional.
Multidimensional.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. All right, Rod. Why? Shout out to Peace Priestess. I think you in the Discord chat too. So shout out to you. She wants to know, why are we experiencing this long heat wave?
First, it's not a heat wave. we establishing a new norm of temperature because when the cycles went from lunar to solar, right, it was the transitional period that's been going on for the last 50, 60 years of climate change. The government been telling us this fallacy about some shit called global warming that don't exist according to the paradigm they feeding us. But what it is the sun cycle coming online. When the sun cycle come online, the temperatures of the planet rise. The heat becomes more intense. The solar rays become more intense. Because now is especially at the beginning, like right now, the solar rays are sending in correction data to DNA of all species. This is why you having all of this solar activity going on more than we had in our lifetime, because now on the flip side of the Maherta, the sun is doing what it do. It's sunning.
Sun is sunning. Indeed. Yeah, I seen, so I had some super chats I didn't answer. So we're gonna do two more real quick. All right, Rod. In ascending or transitioning to the afterlife or the next dimension, what is the difference from natural causes, being killed, or taking your own, unaliving yourself? Because I don't want YouTube.
So if you do it to yourself, you're gonna revert back and come back and do it all over again immediately.
I appreciate that question too. I appreciate that question. Yeah.
If somebody else put you out your misery, then you're gonna review your book of life, because that's probably the exit you ascribed in your book of life. If it's not the exit you describe, you have different options than the one who took his own. You had an option to come in as a walk-in. You don't have an option if you take your own. You have an option to be born with a certain level of skill sets that get you advanced to the level you was when you was unceremoniously removed. Natural causes is always your natural exit. So on that side, you get the plethora of things you can choose from, because now you're looking down on creation from a higher realm of energy. You can determine if you want to come back, when you want to come back, what conditions you want to come back under, who you want to be associated with. You get to put all that together before you make a move. I be listening to people talking about a reincarnation soul trap. That's not true. The only reason they saying that, because Earth, the souls that's natural and organic to the Earth naturally come back to Earth. The only way you can stop a soul that's natural to somewhere from coming back there is you got to take it to an unnatural location where it'll come back in that location, because that's the closest thing to Earth that it can experience at that time. Right? So it'll come back there. So you heard me before say there's certain people that can't die here because we don't want them to come back here.
All right, let's get to this last question. This person wants to know, where's it at? Why don't aliens never abduct black people?
They do. They do. That's part of the what we call racist narrative. In order to push the racist agenda, they had to make somebody seem more valuable than us. Right, but they abduct all people on all lands. Right, and it's a long, drawn-out historical record of it, even in prehistoric temple writings. So it ain't nothing new. Is they probably take more of them because they monitoring their genetics to see how they assimilate in their drop of blood.
Right. You're right. You think aliens come while we sleeping and teach us shit, and then we wake up, we be having answers, and they done told us certain shit while we sleep?
Well, they can telepathically give you information. And you would think you thought it up if you don't understand telepathy. If you understand how telepathy works, you will know exactly when it came in. And if you know how to read oracles, you can find out who sent you the message.
So sometime when you think it came from your higher self, it came from an alien, you saying sometime?
Well, your higher self an alien because your higher self ain't from here.
Right. There you go.
They religious God an alien because he ain't from here. They angels is aliens because they ain't from here. Right? All of them is extraterrestrials, some extra on Earth.
Yeah, this was fire. Yeah, Maximum Rising. Yeah, this was fire. Yeah, this was definitely. I think Kendrick Lamar put a battery in Rod Hayes, man, because he was extra on it tonight, man. So shout out to Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we're gonna let me see the minute concern part. Yeah, I think we're gonna let me just ask this last one, Rod, because this person seemed like they really want to, you know, they feeling where's he? Yo, y'all got the chat moving so fast. Okay, all right, here we go. This person is stuck in a certain position. This person is asking, when are we going to get real results of change? And that's a genuine question. This person may feel like shit is just stagnant here on Earth. So they like, when is,
ain't nothing the same today that it was yesterday. No matter how same it looked, it has changed. We in a microwave McDonald's culture. Fast food, hurry up, give it to me right now. We waiting on the change, but the change is changing. And we can't see it because we want it to hurry up.
Right.
Hurry up. And the sad part about it is that's the same thing I was asking, and I kept getting the answer, take how long it take. Don't mean we have to like the answer. Right? It don't mean we have to like the conditions. But change is gradually taking place, and at some point the old system is going to be so obviously gone to people that they're going to be like, wait a minute, what is we doing? They've been running this this parody Joe Biden presidency. They finally start letting it leak into the mainstream media that they've been running the show. It's called soft disclosure. They don't tell you the whole thing. They just kind of like telling you to get you ready for what they about to tell you. Soft disclosure. Hard disclosure is shock and awe when they just drop it in your lap and say, you figure it out from here. The change is taking place. They setting the stage for the grand finale. So while they setting the stage for the grand finale, all we can do is hurry up and wait.
Right.
Because when it roll out, it's going to be according to the collective and the awareness of the collective. And the more of us that become aware that the change is taking place, the faster it happens.
Indeed. Shout out to Miss Jar. Miss Jar says she just got a ticket. Shout out to you. I'm going to be sending out the Discord link again tonight, family. If you didn't get it, maybe check what email you left with Eventbrite, because sometimes people that leave an email that they don't even know they left with Eventbrite. So check, because the link is getting sent to whatever email you left with Eventbrite. But I will be sending out a link tonight to everybody. Rod, I should send you the Discord link. With the people in there chatting, talking about life, just having high vibrational conversations, man. I should send you the link so you can just chop it up with the people. You know, whatever you want, just chime in on there, chop it up with them. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up.
It's highly unlikely I'm gonna pop up on Discord.
Oh, you don't mess with Discord?
You know what? I just got Discord, so I ain't really sure how it worked. But you know what? Dana one made me download Discord.
Oh, okay. Oh, Dane got a Discord. Dane Holloway?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he wanted me to do a live with him and Brother Top Cat. And I've been waiting for so long to do the live with him. He was like, I be on Discord. I'm like, I don't got Discord. He said, you got to download Discord. I'll go and download it now. Right? Because I know it's for the culture. It's so important.
Yeah.
It's huge for the culture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we seen Kendrick bring the Unity display out in Cali.
Uh-huh.
Watch what follows, because you're gonna have other artists from other areas doing something similar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, whether to get broadcast or not is another animal. Because they might, after what Kendrick just did, they might try to put it all on the back burner. So we got to be citizen reporters when we see these Unity displays. Yeah. Go live right then when you see it, because they're not gonna tell us.
Oh, yeah.
When you see brothers clicking up to do something that's right, go live right then, because they don't want us to see what we doing for the algorithm of his computer network that he been trying to censor us on. Mm-hmm. So when you doing something unifying and benevolent for our people, everybody go live that's present, even if you ain't looking at it on your phone, and just go live from the same location. Hijack the algorithm, they gonna bow down in respect.
Powerful. Hey man, family, with that being said, I know y'all enjoyed tonight's live. Rod, I want to thank you once again for coming on the live, my brother. As usual, you did your thing.
Appreciate it, brother. I always enjoy myself coming over here.
Indeed. I gotta have you on again soon, man. I want to do one of them panels again, man. It was fun when you was on here with Sharif and Blue Pill, man. That joint was fun, man.
Man, the people love that.
Yeah, that was
they love that.
Yeah, I gotta get.
There was some good brothers to be on with, because they easy to talk with and talk to.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, that was a powerhouse.
For real. Powerhouse. I want to get you back on with Billy again, man. That one you and Billy did was groundbreaking, man.
You know how many people asked me when I was coming back on? When you in Black Magic gonna have Billy Cosby back on again? I say, brother, that's not my show. I can't tell that brother what to do.
we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen, y'all. We gonna get Billy, Rod, and somebody else. We're gonna have a third Anunnaki spokesperson on.
Was the ones that they had the bounty on their head, and how they incorporated the servants they brought over here. They warrior class servants that, they send them to war. And, the first people they send in is the priests. So that's called the soft sell. That's just to get their foot in the door. But once you let their foot in the door, they going to bring in their homeboy, their cousin, their uncle, and everybody. Right? So, let me see who want to come up here. Nobody ain't requested yet to come up. So, anyway, so I was explaining how they had bombed the women's retreat, the Califia Queen Castle, that Disney, the replica of the Disney Castle, Tinkerbell, that's the replica of the castle that used to sit on the island that they call Alcatraz now. And it was a woman's resort where the priestesses from all over the world used to go there and, learn how to be in the highest feminine mode, and that's so they don't carry on generational curses. They used to go to the retreat to learn how to navigate their own energy and live their life like that, right? So I was explaining, when they was coming over here looking for the gold with the 49ers and how they was scalping the chief, but it was a few things that I forgot to mention. Like the old chiefs down in Arkansas, the land of the Razorback, where they'll split your back with a razor. Right? Them chiefs that like to use the knives, They talk about the Mexicans using knives. Them chiefs in Arkansas used to cut you fast as they can call you by your name. Probably by the time you get your name out, you've been cut every which way but loose. J.D. Walker's. That's J.D.'s revenge. You know, J.D. Walker, Boy Talker. You know what I'm saying? So all these ancient stories or stories about people that was in our culture is swastika symbol is found all around the world. Somebody asked that question. Because the swastika is a symbol for balance with nature, and when it's in reverse, that means that somebody is going against nature. It's invited up the only person that's in there that's trying to come in and ask questions. I'm gonna see if they let her in or him. Dang. Hey, hey.
Hi. I was just.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing magnificent. Thanks for asking.
You're fasting? Did you say you were
No, I'm not.
fasting?
No, I didn't say I was fasting. I'm not fasting right now.
Oh, okay.
I did enough of that. I did enough of that for a lifetime, especially when I started this process going through the dark night.
Going through
I was
your
fasting, so yeah,
priesthood?
yeah. So it's like an initiation, but it's also part